Oh, you okay?
They're both awake, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm now on a show.
Okay.
So I'm trying to make you a mod, Kathy, but it won't let me. I don't know why. It did it last week like this too. Ooh, I didn't know I could zoom. Let's see. I don't know how I did it the last time. Report following, mute, block, cancel, mention. It's okay, it's just me and Kathy right now.
Coffee.
This is what happened last time. Said I didn't have a good connection.
You got a bunch of bars.
Just dropped down
Oh,
to
you
two.
got the Wi-Fi. You didn't go over the Wi-Fi bars and the other bars. You
Should I
got three Wi-Fi
remove
bars.
stuff?
No, you're fine.
Now I don't know where. Oh, shoot. I don't know how to get my chat back. I just cleaned the whole thing out. I don't know how to get my chat back. No,
That shows who's watching.
that shows who's watching. I keep closing it out. I don't know. If you hit that, you're gonna.
PS2.
Hold on, Kathy. I lost my chat and I don't know how to get it back. Oh, there it is. You swipe. Apparently.
Hi, Kathy.
I still don't know how to make you a mod. Oh, there we go. You have to talk. If you just pop in, I can't make you a mod until you say hello. They made you talk. All right, looks like it's a waiting game. So it says I have 18 bookmarks. I don't know. I had to hit that because it was sitting in my chat. So, hey, I don't know why it added you. It is confusing. It's weird because I do everything from the phone. You should see me. I'm over here pushing all kinds of buttons. I lost chat. Don't know where that went. And I'm guessing people see that I'm on. I kind of wanted to check something too, because you could show that you were on Facebook too. But I don't know how that works either. Yeah, it's not showing on Facebook, that's for sure. I'm confused. It shows that I'm on YouTube live. Maybe I can share YouTube's. All right, let me share. Oh no, I can't. It won't let me share. Technology is Just horrible. It won't let me share anywhere. Hey, welcome in. We're trying to figure things out. I shared it over to X. I don't know if that'll make any difference. Maybe if I share the... I'm going to post this on my Facebook, see if this works. All right, we're going to try it. You got me on YouTube? Hey, welcome in. Whoever just popped in, I'm still learning this site. It's still so bizarre to me. We are running weights. Those are those little guys right there. I am going to pull you. Hold on to your horses for a second. I'm going to pull you up. Look away if you get motion sickness. Woo! I did not mean to pop you up like that. Made myself sick. Okay, good. Better. So, what we're going to do, in the last couple of weeks, we did it a little differently, but this time we're going to go back to the way I always do it, and we're going to do a your choice. So you can pick one for $5, your choice, or you can pick two for, what do I have? 2 for 10, and then if you buy 3, you can get that at 14 and 4 at 18, so you get a little bit of a discount. And what that means is I'll run it, which is I'm going to not run that. Let's pin a your choice. Well, that didn't work. Hold on. All right. Did I put it all in the buy it now? It is. Well, crud. Hold on. It automatically defaults to the buy it now, so I need to move everything over. So just give me 1 second. We're just going to move that your choice over. All right, let's see if I can select all of them. Nope. You'll have to forgive me. I am new. I've only done a couple of shows. Okay, so we got one over there. I put everything in the buy it now. If you want to buy it over there, but I would love for it to be... This one won't go over there. Okay. Sorry about this, guys. I wish I would have seen that, or I would have done it. Let's start one. We're going to do your choice. You get to choose any that are on the board, and if you look at the board up here, these are all called nautical series here. These are American Heritage, and I have one little nursery rhyme. So up here at the top, this is the compass. Then we have the ship's wheel, a mermaid. We have a sailboat, a starfish, a treasure chest, a seagull, helmet, crab. It's been a long day. Crab. And that is a seahorse. And then we have a Liberty Bell, the Patriot hat, the wagon, the tea crates, the White House, the bison, the shuttle, which you can stand up like that. And I just threw in the only nursery rhyme I had, which is Humpty Dumpty. So we're going to run that. And then I'm going to go over there and fix my other stuff. All right, let's see. Let's run that again. Your choice. That's anything that's up here. If you're looking for a specific one, if you're familiar with these, just let me know. And I'll let you know if I have them and we can run those. But this is how we're running them today. I do have some that you can bid on by themselves. instead of doing a your choice, but for some reason they all defaulted to the bin, so I have to move them over, which is a pain in the tush, but I gotta do it. All right, auction, change listing type, post. We're just going to keep running this while I move things over. I do appreciate you hanging around, waiting for me to do that. What happened? It's a pain in the butt. I'm not used to running everything from my phone, so it takes a little getting used to. A lot getting used to. But you should start seeing things over in the auction tab. Anybody wants to say anything, just let me know. Or if you're looking, like I said, for a specific one, just also let me know what you're looking for, and I'm happy to pull that up for you. If you're not familiar with Wade's, that's these little critters that are in front of you. Wade is a pottery company that started in the 1800s, and they started making these little guys in the 50s and then started using them as promotional items in tea boxes. And that's the red rose tea that you may have heard about. All right, let's make that a. I think nope, not everything is over there yet. I'm not sure if everything's over. It keeps showing it's still in the bin. Oh boy. All right, I think I got one more. Auction, change, post. All right, we should be good now. If you look in the auction tab, you should see your choices. I can do a your choice of pick two. You get to choose any that are there. Welcome in. Sorry, I'm a mess. I'm trying to get my stuff together here. So these little guys are porcelain. You can put these in your plants outside. It's not going to ruin the paint on them. They're glazed over, so you're not going to ruin them, but they are complete porcelain. And they're really, really cute. They're little, so you could start a collection of these, put them on shelves. You can do a lot of stuff with these. These would be great stocking stuffers too, if you had anybody who likes mermaids, because this one's a really good one. This is a very sought after one. When I first started selling these about 2 years ago, she would sell for $15 by herself, just to give you an idea. It's kind of crazy. All right, I'm doing the pick two, so you get to choose any two on the board. I also have a table full. I will switch those out, the ones that we have up there, but then I have some that we have separately, which I call my specials. And these are items that were commissioned, or they're special series, or they're rare. You can't get them as much as you can get these guys. These you might be familiar with. All right, let's do, how about a pick three? Pick three is going to save you. This chat is confusing me too. I don't like the chat, the way it loads. It's very weird. We're working. We're getting it together. Is if I do larger text, it takes out the whole page. Welcome in. I can't see who's coming in. I don't know if that's a problem too. I can't see everybody. And I can also do bundle deals. That's what I've been doing over here. If you want more, I set it up to do pick 1, 2, 3, or 4. So if you want more than 4, we can do a bundle deal. But I think 1 to 4 should cover it. All right. How about let's do a pick 4. That's going to be your best bang for your buck here. Pick 4 is going to be 18. You get to choose any 4. That's if there are 4 that you would like. Feel free to ask me any questions if you're not familiar with these. I know they're strange. You're like, what are these little things? These aren't plants. What are these? Wow, that 30 seconds over here goes super fast. I'm also going to import. I had some planters listed. Oop, not you. You sold. A couple planters listed. I'm going to add to the bin. So if you look in the buy it now, there's a zebra made in Japan vintage planters. All of them are vintage, I believe, that are over there right now. So if these aren't your deal, then you can look over there. I am going to run some of the separate ones. We're going to run, this is not a wade. This is a little French feve. I don't know if you got, let me get this light a little better. And this is a tiny little guy. It's porcelain. It's a kitty cat in a shoe. And what these are, if you're familiar with Mardi Gras and the King's Cakes, is it's the same deal. You would put these inside of a cake. You would bake it into a slice, and then whoever got this kitty cat would be the king or queen. Or then again, somebody told me today who lives in New Orleans that if you got this in your oh nope, I don't want to do that. If you got this in your cake, then you had to buy the next cake. So I don't know. I assume it's something different, maybe for, I'm gonna run it again for everywhere. But these originated in France as French feves or beans. They're just little cute little porcelain things. I only had one left, so I thought I would put them in here because I know there's a lot of kitty cat lovers out there. Welcome in. I can't see who's coming in. I see the number going up, but I don't see you. I wish I could figure out how this chat worked. Ooh, let's break it. I didn't. I didn't. Let's run the next one. The next one, I have a couple of these that are on their own just because they are worth a little bit more. So they get their own little auction, like this guy who is a Shetland pony. And the pony comes from, it's a Wade, of course. And he's come from the Your Pets series. Welcome in. And these, again, are porcelain. They are marked. You'll see Wade or Wade England on them. This one, I think it just says Ing. See the ENG? It's kind of hard to see it, but it says ENG on it. I think I'm going to move away from that background and go this way. I think it's trying to focus too much. All right. Yeah, I don't. Oh, no. Larger text takes up my whole screen. Let's move you down this way. If I don't see your text, I'm sorry. Your messages, I can't see everybody. We're going to run next. Let's see. That's the hippo. That's this guy. Hippo is one of the older ones. So he is from the Canadian series, and that came out in the late 60s, early 70s. He's a small one. They did variations. They have a larger one, just slightly larger, and then they have this teeny guy. And this is a walrus. And he is running. The walrus is from a cracker set. So, and by cracker, I mean there are these English crackers that they have where you open them up and they have like a little hat inside. They have like a, what is it, piece of paper with like a joke on it. And then they partnered with Wade and they put these inside. And he's part of the Sea Life set. So, not a regular series, but in those crackers, you would have gotten him. And next is another older one. This is a colorway seal on a rock. And the seal is also from, I believe this is a Canadian one. Let me see if I'm right. Yes. So in Canada, they had these in their red rose tea boxes as well. And this is the seal on the rock. They started in 1967 over there. So he's a little vintage guy. All in great shape. He's got a lot of little detail. He's cute. All right, and next up we've got the colorway Linger. So if you're not familiar with what colorway means, this is what he not normally, this is the first instance of him, and then they made him look like that. So here's his little color version, and then this is the US version, which is just brown. If that music is too loud, let me know. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. All right, next up we've got our colorway gorilla. Now where's my gorilla? Here's my gorilla. So this is what he looks like as a colorway. And then this is what he looks like just plain. He's plain Jane and then fancy gorilla. So here is our gorilla. He doesn't get any love. No one ever asks me for him. They barely ever buy him, but I still try. I think he's adorable. And he also looks like Bigfoot, because that's how you always see Bigfoot when you see people take pictures of Bigfoot. This one's from 1982. He's from a series in 1982. All right. Let's go to the next one. Next one is kind of a rare. I keep hitting the phone. I'm sorry. This one, I told you I'm not used to just running everything on the phone. This one is a little bit more because he is a little harder to find because he was a brand draw. And what that means is they used to have little conventions, Wade fairs, conventions. And then they would have certain ones that they would do for those conventions. And that's what he is from 2003. The mold is an old mold. This is what the older ones look like on the bottom, recessed with the fancy, but he is actually from 2003. But there is another one that's brown and another one that is a darker green. All right, next up. Now he's more because he's a special set that they did called Animal Land. And they did it with a company called CNS Collectibles, who worked with Wade and had them make them a whole set. And you see it on the back. Wade CNS. That's how he's stamped. And he is kind of pink. The light is kind of wash him out, but he's pink and brown. He's on a little blue platform. Next one is Apricot Kitty. Apricot Kitty comes from another cracker set, so he is harder to get. He is normally, he has brown, and his little ball of yarn here, which is kind of hard to see, is pink or reddish. There's another version of him too that he's dark and he has a dark brown ball. But this one's all apricot color, which is not a color you see a lot with wades. Right, let's see what's next. I'm just running the pick 4. We're just gonna let that run because that was next. But that could be anything on this table too. Got all kinds of critters. We have Noah's Ark. We have endangered species. We have a whole calendar series where there's snowmen, Christmas trees, leprechauns. We got Pet Shop. Are you having any issues with me streaming, Kathy? I don't know if it's me or them because it's coming up again. All right, next up we're running the Pocket Pal. Yeah, it came up and said I had a weird, like it was doing last week. There's where it's marked PP on it for Pocket Pal. They did a whole series of these little guys. These are bigger than the traditional wades. These came out in the 90s. His name is Bounce. Bounce the bunny. And then we have this guy. So this one is definitely not one that you're going to find all the time. We know what it's called. It's the King of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. He is if you were part of the club, they had an international club. When you joined, you could get him, or if you renewed, you could get him. I am too. So I think it's them. So this is the King of Hearts. This is a solid piece of porcelain here. My ring is driving me nuts. Always. And it's marked Wade here. And they did a whole set of these. Isn't he cool? And it's heavy. He's a heavy piece. Solid porcelain. I was going to run him next, but we're not going to run him next. We are going to... Yeah, I don't know what the connection's doing here. It wasn't like that the first couple weeks. It's like, oh, she's new. Let's give her some guff. This guy here is a fox, and this was from a set that they made in 2004. He is a harder to find one, a rare one. There's his mark. He is part of the celebration of 50 years of Wade. They created these. And he's a fox, but I think he's a little goofy looking. He's a goofy fox. I think he's cute. Anybody else having any issues with me? I know there's 2 other people on here. Is anybody else having issues with connections? Please let us know because we don't know what we're doing. Okay, we're running a your choice. Any one of these, $5 a piece. Then we have a pick 2, 3, or 4. So if you do see more than one that you would like, we can run one of those. But these are your choice. Right there on that top shelf, we have a compass, a ship's wheel, a mermaid, a sailboat, a starfish, that little yellow guy. We have a treasure chest, a seagull, a helmet, crab, and a seahorse. And then the next set right below it, starting here, is the Liberty Bell, Patriot hat, a little wagon, tea crates, the White House, oh, a little tiny bison, the shuttle, and this guy here is a nursery rhyme. If you couldn't tell, that's Humpty Dumpty. Oh, hey, how are you? I'm having issues here. I don't know what's going on, Casper. Last week I had the same issue. I don't know what's going on. I get a lot of bookmarks, but then nobody shows up at the show, which that's normal. I get that. Um, but it says something about connection. So I don't know if everybody's having connection issues or am I having connections. Kathy said that hers was going off too. We're doing it a little different this week. I did a pick 1, 2, 3, or 4 with the prices already set in, and I'm going to run them this way. So if there's anything that you like up there, you can go ahead and choose from these. This is your choice. Right now, that's Nautical and American Heritage that's up there. It's weird. I don't know. It's like the first 2 shows I did on here were great. The last 2 shows have been horrendous. Just like connection issues. And then last week I put up a whole bunch of planters and it all marked it sold. And I was like, I didn't sell any of them. What's happening? I think there's a ghost. I don't know what's happening. I'm going to do a pick 2 on this. And then if not, I'm going to switch out what's up there. So we have a pick 2 for 10 and then pick. Ooh, hello. Oh, I did not mean to do that. See, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my do not disturb so you're not hearing ding dongs. That's so weird. I don't know what it is. Today I was trying to put more stuff in the bin, but it would not accept any of my photos. So I've been struggling here. I would love to get this worked out. One day I think I'm just going to have to take the day and figure it all out because I would like to do a purge of my vintage items that I have. But it's a pain in the butt to get it listed. So maybe I'll have to reach out to support and see if they can help me out. After this one, I'll switch out some of the ones up there. See if anybody wants any of those. I do have some Casper that are listed in the auction tab. If anybody, if you want to look through those, I have them over here on the board, but they are all listed with what they are and all that jazz. I'm going to go ahead and take off a few of these. Surprised the mermaid's still there. It's not been a good day for the mermaid. I'm going to leave up Humpty Dumpty. We're going to take off American Heritage. We're going to put up thank you for sharing. I'm trying. I'm so stressed lately. It's it's the holiday. I sell on multiple places and it's a lot. We're putting up a calendar. We've got January. There's a little snowman. Here's February. Just Cupid. We got a snowman this week. We've got March is the leprechaun. I don't know why he's so much smaller. It bugs me because I look at the Cupid and he's much bigger. One cute thing about the Cupid. Look at the bottom, shaped like a heart. Isn't that cute? Okay, so we have January, February, March. I don't have April. That is a bunny. This is May. That's the little girl. We have June. And then we have July. We have August. And we have September. Now, October is a bunny is a cat in a pumpkin, but I don't have him. And it doesn't fail every year. If there's a holiday, if there's when there's a holiday, whatever that month is will be gone. So I haven't been able to get a turkey in the longest time. That's November. But here's December, which I'm surprised I have a tree. So that's the Christmas tree. That's our December. Yeah, these are probably, I mean, I like all the sets, but I do love these two sets just because of the colors and all the different things. I'm just going to do a pick one, but feel free if you want to pick 2, 3, or 4 to let me know. Okay, now I'm seeing the chat right. I didn't even see the chat right earlier. There's a little ghost over here. All right, we can do a bundle. That's good. I know you're good. So you said you want the snowman. So let's get your little thing going over here. Boom. So we get the snowman. He's my one and done today. So you get the only snowmans. And what was it? The frog. Now the frog is on the auction tab separate, so we can run him separately. He'll just bundle in with your other stuff. That just makes it easier for me. And you said tigers? Tigers. I have, what tigers do I have? That has to be, I have this one from the circus. And then I have, the only other tiger is just a regular one. It looks very similar. Kind of very similar to him. It's that one. Make sure his ears are good. Yeah. I have leopards, and I have, where's the lion? I have this lion. And then I also, I think those were the, I think I know what you're talking about. The colorways. Now, what did I do with the color? I didn't put all of them out today, but I can get those out for you. Let's see if these are what you're talking about. Let's see. I have this tiger. So he looks like, we had this tiger that has the green on the bottom. Let me move him out of the way. We know you want him. Or not, I don't know about him, but we know you want him. So that's one of the colorway tigers. I think where's the other guys? I know they're in here. Yeah, I just didn't put them all out today. I was changing things up on you. I'll give you an update on the kitty too. Once I figure out where these are. What is that? That's a bison. That is a bird. Of course I can't find them. They're like, I'm going to dump this bag. Hold on. Where are you at, Mr. Tiger? Or leopard or lion or whatever you are. Chimp. Tiger. I think he's on the bottom of this. Nope. Sorry, Radar. Poor dog. I think I found one. This guy. Haha. Was it him? And then I think that's it. I don't think I had any other lions back here. I think I might have had one that just looks just like that, but let me make sure he doesn't have a darker color. No, he's not in there. I think that's my last lion. But Chip. Yep. He was the last lion. I think the other one is a bison that I picked up. The same as the lighter one, but darker. No, I don't think I have any. So what do you want here? Just the tiger and the snowman, or do you want the lion too? I know you said you wanted the frog. Just the two? Okay. No problem. Because then I can just run it as a pick two, and that'll work out just as well. All right, let's do, oops, pick two. Okay. These two are running as a pick two. So that works out. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do the frog. He's got a separate, he's already listed by himself. And then we'll do him separate. I'm just going to stick these lions and tigers with the other guys. Awesome. Now you got those two. I'm glad you got the little snowman. And then let's do the frog. Froggy Frog is by himself. Where are you, Frog? I'm going to give you a little deal on the frog. I had him at 8, but I'm going to do him for 6. So let's go ahead and, if that's okay with you, we'll run it. Because you come in every week. You're like my favorite customer. You've been like my only customer. That first week I had a bunch, but it's dropped off. So I think I need to work on figuring out how this works. Oh, I wanted to keep that back up there. There you go. So Kitty Cat is walking. It's not pretty, but he's walking. He's still wearing a diaper. He's still acting like a feral. Thank you so much. But yeah, he is walking. We got him up on his, like, he actually walks, but it's all, think of it like a horror movie, you know, when they walk weird, when they're coming at you and they're all kind of cracky. Like, I can't explain it. That's what he looks like. His back moves weird. Yeah, we sent a video to the vet tech because she was so worried about him. She got super close to him while he was there. And she's like, oh, I could cry. That's the best thing ever, because they didn't think he was going to walk. And they still don't know what it is. But I think I had bought some vitamins for him. And I don't know if it was a coincidence, but right after we started giving him the vitamins, the next day he was up. So I'm like, is he just severely deficient? Because, you know, he lives outside. Lord knows what he's eating out there. I know we were feeding him. So, yay, he's walking. I did a little post on him on Instagram. If anybody is interested in learning about Finnegan. All right. I'm going to go back over here. And we'll do another your choice if anybody out there looking at them is interested in these. These are called Wade Whimsies if you're not familiar. These are little tiny porcelain figurines. The company is from the 1800s. They started doing pottery. And then in the 50s, they started making Wade Whimsies. Look nothing like these, but they're very cute. Little things, people went nuts. Mostly animals. Then in the late 60s, they partnered with Red Rose Tea in Canada first. I don't know if, I think Canada came first, then it was UK. And they put these as promos in their Red Rose tea boxes. So you would get these as a little prize. And so the US started doing them in the mid 80s, I think. Why are you looking at me like that, dog? You just burped in my face. Thanks. My dog. I thought he was going to bark, but he just burped. And so anyways, these are the ones that you would have gotten. They had different series. There's this up here is nautical. These down here are calendar, except for that guy. He's a nursery rhyme. So they did a whole nursery set. They did all kinds of different series. They have specials. They had a club. They do Disney. They did just all different kinds of things. They did a lot of commissions for people, for companies. So that's what these guys are. If you're wondering. And in the bin, there are some planters, vintage planters that I have over there if anybody's interested in any of those. I can pull them out if you would like to see one. One is not. There's a random tree votive holder over there. I was learning how to put things on here, so the tree got in. So if you see something that you would like, I'm going to run a your choice, just a one, pick one. And that's any on those on the board right there. I'm going to add some to it as we go, which I probably could add. Let's add a fish. This guy is from the Pet Shop series. So we're going to put him there since we took a couple off of there, I think. And you can let me know if you want to pick 1, 2, 3, 4, if you want a bundle. It's up to you. I'm easy to work with, put it that way. And if you bundle, I'll give you a little deal. All right, let's do pick 2. So pick 2 is running. And like I said, I have a pick 3 or 4. Or we can just go crazy and you can do 10. I don't care. You're not going to do 10, but you could. I don't care. All right. Everybody's so quiet here. No one chats. Or unless maybe you are chatting and I can't see you. That could be it. That could be it. I might not be able to see the chat. Because I can't. How about a pick 3? Pick 3 is going to get you 14. We're going to save $1 there. Pretty much the more you buy, the more I knock off. So we do have a circus set. Our third twin vintage. Hi, how are you? I see you. This chat in here is throwing me off. How are you doing? I'm still learning this site. It's a lot. I am. I've been on, this is I think my 4th show, but I've just been doing the Wades for now. I will be doing more vintage stuff as soon as I can figure it out because I've been having issues. I don't know if I'm having glitches or it's the app or it's me. I don't know. Could be all of it. I think I started probably right after you. No, okay, so I put up a whole bunch of planters. They're in my bin. I put them in, and then the next day they all said sold. And I was like, what? I got excited. I was like, ooh, people bought my planters. No, it was a weird thing. It just marked them all sold, and I had to go back in and fix the quantity. Even though they were all at 1, I had to put them back at 1. And so far they're staying in there. And then today I went to go put in some more stuff in the bin and it, wait a minute, hold on one sec. I'm also not used to running everything from the phone. I went to put stuff in the bin today and it would not accept any of my photos. I shrunk them down because I figured it was size and I got them to the size they said they needed them, still wouldn't accept it. So I got frustrated and gave up. So when you load them in your shop and then import them into a show, that's weird. Why does it do that? Well, thank you. Because I've tried to get help. Okay, but this is what I find interesting. They were on me to join Palm Street. Like they're bugging me every day. And I joined. And then they were bugging me every day. Do a show. So I did a show. And then I had shipping questions after the show and I reached out and no one got back to me. I was like, oh, that doesn't bode well. Thank you. Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I remember what the shipping problem was, but I think we figured that out. But a little thing about me, if I don't know how something works, I will figure it out. It might take me a minute, but I'll get there. But I appreciate you offering. I'm going to move some of these out and put some new ones up. I think I just got him in, and I want to show you the difference in the colors. So one of the things that happens with these, because they were mass produced here, they're going to have different colors on their glazes. And see, this is the seam set. He's darker. He's lighter. And then some they did on purpose. So they call those colorways. This just happened to be probably an older one, got more color, and the other one didn't. So we're going to put up some of the circus set. That is the elephant. See, his color's different too. And that's the other elephant. They have two in this series. Yeah, I feel like I just have to keep doing it. And I want to do a purge at some point. I feel like that might be an easier way for me to jump in without being live, and then I can be behind the scenes and figure it out. Um, and then I'll probably just start doing regular vintage shows because that's what I normally do. But I've been selling Wades for about 2.5 years, so I figured these were easy because they're little, easy to set up, shipping's easy. Well, wasn't. It is now. And then yeah. So I wanted to get get my feet in the water here. What do you say? Get your toe wet. um, Here's a clown from that series. If you don't like clowns, don't look. But they do have two clowns in the circus set. We have that guy and this guy. We have a green one. These are so cute. Like I said, this is the circus series. And these are all US series. They did them in the UK, Canada, and US. No, that's what I was worried about. I like the idea of it. I think that's a really neat idea, the purge. Because I saw that, well, I noticed some people didn't stay in their chat because I've been to a few of them, but I heard that you're supposed to stay in the chat in case anybody has questions. I'm all about that. I'll do that all day. I'll sit in the chat. I'll answer all your questions. This is also circus. It's a little dancing poodle. Now they have some out there. This is what Wade did. They would change up some of the colors. So there are some special ones out there that have red and green skirts. I think there's another one, yellow maybe. Those are super hard to find, super rare. I have never had one of a different color in 2.5 years. So yeah, it's a great idea. I liked that you could just do it and then you could be in the chat. And I mean, I'll try it, but I won't get my hopes up. I'll keep it. I'll just do it and see what happens. You never know. That's the thing with this one. I was kind of scared to do a show here. And then one day I said to Kathy, who's my mod, I'm like, I'm just going to jump on over there right now. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to jump right in. And I did. It was a good first show. It's kind of gone down since the first show, but I think I need to figure this out a little better. Oh, I missed you said you do all minis. No, I do a variety of things. Like right now in the bin, there's some vintage planters. I tend to lean heavily on vintage items. I probably will just bring all vintage here, but on other sites, I do kind of a mix. Still not really new. I don't do new package stuff or anything like that. But if it's something from like the 90s or 2000s, I'll bring it in if I like it. If I know people, like I have a lot of customers who like owls or, certain animals, and I'll pick stuff up for them. But for the most part, I do all vintage stuff. Let me make sure I'm following you. Okay, let me make sure I don't lose you. I clicked on something. There we go. Let me view your. There we go. I gotcha. So your next one is on the 10th. I'm just going to bookmark all of you. I don't even have my other stuff up yet. All right, you're bookmarked. Gotcha. I know this is all brand new because, like I said, I've been on other sites. You can probably guess which ones. One I've been on 2.5 years. I like it there. I'm good over there. But there's another site I tried. I'll just say it. District. I do not like that site. I don't like the way it's run. Um, and you can't, if you have an Android, I still don't think they have it set up where you can do a live if you have an Android. I think it's all through iPhone, like Apple stuff. So I don't know if they've changed that. I haven't looked in a while. So that's kept me away from over there. You can just sell stuff, you can just have a shop, but I wanted to do live. Awesome. What is today? Fourth. Okay. This is me every day. What's today? What date is today? When is the 10th? Next Wednesday. Great. Because I do a show on, I usually do this one on Thursdays. And I do an earlier one on Thursday. So Wednesday's perfect. I was looking into IG. That one intimidates me a little bit because of the shipping. Is it hard? Do you guys just use what's that shipping place? I've used it a couple times. What is it called? My brain. Oh, my brain. I can't think of it. Pirate ship. That's it. You got it. You said it. So do you do like a flat rate shipping there, or do you have to give them like a shipping, like an invoice with the shipping on it afterwards? Because I was thinking about doing that. I know a lot of people that I sell with do Instagram as well. I don't have a huge following over there, but you just never know. The shipping here threw me off the first show I did. Everything started out at like $10. And I was like, whoa, because these are obviously not $10 shipping. These are between 1 and 3 ounces. So we had to work that out. We do a box price based on the size and weight. Okay. I might have to pick your brain about it. I think that's on my list for the new year, learning how to do it on Instagram to just have another place to sell. And then I'll be selling everywhere. I think the only place I don't sell is I don't like Facebook at all. I've tried on Facebook a couple of times and I just hate it. I just do not like it over there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I fixed the shipping. I haven't had any complaints. We're good here. So that was good. It wasn't that hard to figure out. And besides, if it did go weird or, I charged too much, I would always refund, which is what I had to do my first show here. But I did just get an email from them here saying that they just made me a trusted seller, but then they're taking it back because I have to have at least 50 sales. I think that's what it was in the email. I was like, that's fine. Casper, if you're still here, I want you to have a great weekend. I don't know if you're still hanging out. I'm going to switch out some of these after this runs. Okay, good. I didn't know if you left and I didn't say goodbye. I'm learning stuff. I'm really excited to do just like a regular vintage show. Do you guys, our third twin, do you do in front of the camera? Are you like me behind the camera? You do? See, I have to do that too. I don't want to. I don't like to. I don't do it on any of my other platforms either. But, maybe I might have to show my mug. Show the mug. I'm going to take these down and maybe put some new ones up. Oh, that's awesome. If I had somebody to do it with, it would be fun. I wouldn't care. There's so many people who do it with their husbands or sisters or friends. That would be fun. I probably wouldn't feel so self-conscious. I would just be like, okay, let's do it. But see, I've worked on social media for about 20 years now, and I have pictures of myself up, but I've never did like live videos. And that was just a privacy thing, and people are weird out there. So, you know, that was one of the main reasons. And I had a couple instances that scared me, so I just stayed off the camera. I'm going to put up this budgie, green budgie. These are all from the Pet Shop series. We've got little huggy dogs. Look at them. What else? Oh, he's Pet Shop. We're going to put him up with the Pet Shop. This is also Pet Shop. Some of our friends do talking heads where you have someone dual stream so they have someone to talk to. Oh, that's cool too. Yeah, I see that on Instagram. Right. One of these days I'll get up enough nerve. We got a ducky. I was having a conversation earlier about pet shops, and I was like, I don't think I've ever had a duck. I've never seen a duck at a pet shop, so maybe that's like a rural thing. Do you guys have ducks if you're out there in the country? I imagine that might be a thing. And a kitty cat. I think he's the only. People always ask me for cats. I think he's one of two cats I have tonight. Yeah, like I said, I've been doing it for so long and just, I never, like with my kids, I never understood the moms that would put their children all over the internet, like as little kids. And I always would get asked to have my boys like on video. And I was like, no, they're not going to be on video. You can see their hands, I'm just not comfortable putting them out there. But now you got people all over. They do from birth to whatever. They put it all on the internet. That's just not me. And then you see those ones. I always see those like horror stories where the mothers like were making their children do stuff. It was that one woman, that blonde lady, and she got caught. There's a couple of them where they were like abusing their children just for views. It was crazy. I was like, okay. I always said to my son, do you want to do this with me? If you don't want to do it, it's mine. And pretty much 9 times out of 10, he's like, nope, don't want to do it. Like, okay. Yeah, Ruby something. You got it. Ruby, I can't remember her name. There was a couple. There was a man and a woman. I can't remember their names either, but I just saw it recently on something I watched on YouTube. It was like about horrible parents of YouTube or something. And they did the same thing. And they got caught because they were recording while they were like yelling at their kids. They were locking them in their rooms. It was horrible. I was like, what kind of people but they get that money from YouTube and they go crazy. I watch the documentaries. My main thing is I'm a typical white lady here. Middle-aged white lady who watches crime documentaries because that's what I watch a lot. When I'm shipping your items out, I'm watching a crime show. While I'm wrapping up your wades, I'm learning about some horrific murder somewhere. I either watch that or I watch thrifting videos. Like I don't do it enough, but I have a couple people that I've followed for years that I watch. So if I like it or not, you have to watch it. Some people can't watch it. It gives them anxiety. I know. The kids aren't getting anything. They're not putting money aside. Is that what it's called? No. I don't listen to a lot of podcasts unless they like also stream it onto YouTube. That's weird. Well, that's not weird that you can't say that, but I get it. I didn't know they censored you here. Let's see. I'm just going to go back to a pick one. Okay, I'll have to look it up. I used to watch the girl Bailey Sarian. I think that's how you say her last name. The one who puts makeup on while she's telling you horrible stories. I watched her, and then I also watch a guy from Ireland. It's called That Chapter Is His. He has a podcast and all kinds of things too. All right. I am so shocked. Kathy, look, we still got a tree. So it's kind of weird because if you're not familiar with Wade's, you don't really know what is like the top popular one. So to have this is crazy because this is the first thing people ask me for. Trees. The snowman was one. Casper grabbed that snowman. Mermaid definitely is one. And they usually go first. So to have them here is crazy. But I realize a lot of people don't know about these guys. We're going to move these over and I'm going to add, let's do some Noah's Ark. So Noah's Ark, I'm going to move that's all circus here. Here's Noah's Ark. Noah's Ark and his wife. She has no name. We had to stop watching the Dateline show because too many of them were based in Michigan. Oh, yeah. That would freak me out. I need to stop. I have this app and I think I need to delete it because it's like a local, like what's happening in your neighborhood kind of thing. And it's freaking me out. It's like there's too much. I'm happier that I don't know what's happening. But then a part of me is like, well, maybe I need to leave it on so I know what's happening. Because this time of year, people get crazy and there's porch pirates and people being held up and all kinds of crazy stuff. And it's not like I live in a crazy, city where crime, well, I do live near a city, but not, Baltimore is crazy crime. I don't live that close to Baltimore, but it's just crazy what people are doing around the holidays, but they're all, they're trying to get something for nothing. All right, these are all running. I'm sorry, that was a ewe. That is a female zebra, male zebra, and a lion. All part of the Noah's Ark set. I forgot what it was for a second. I'm close. No, it's not next door. Next door is getting on my nerves. Because all they do is yell at people on there. Like, people could come on there and ask about anything or for anything, and people just start ripping them apart. It's horrible. So I'm going to have to get off of there, too. Yep, complaining and arguing. And then you got, like, weird people who just spam. Like, I can do your roof. I'll do your back fence. It's like, and they just keep doing it over and over and again. Ours is like missing cats, which is pretty much this area, missing cats and people arguing, calling each other out. It's crazy. Welcome in. Say hi if you're listening to us just chat about whatever we're chatting about. Yeah, it's an app I downloaded and I don't remember. Let me see if I can figure out what it's called. I don't think it has a name on it. Crime Radar. I don't know if I'm assuming it's everywhere. But it tells me every single thing, even like, older gentleman fell downstairs or, so-and-so fell down and cracked their head or this person is holding their son hostage, like crazy stuff. And I was like, oh, that might be too much information. I might not need to know all of that. But then there's a part of me that's like, well, maybe I need to know this in case something's happening around my area and I'll steer clear of it. But it stresses me out. It gives me anxiety. I'm like flipping lights on, locking doors. Because we had an instance here years and years ago. I heard all this noise outside and I was like, oh my God, what is happening? My husband's at work. I have 2 small boys. I'm like, I hear people and I have a really big yard and it's dark. And I hear people running around my house. I can hear them going past my windows and I'm like, oh, what's happening? And I look out the window and I see SWAT, I see police, I see dogs, I see everybody just running around my house. And I'm like, get down. Because the boys had woken up. They're holding on to me. I'm holding on to them. I'm trying to call my husband saying, get home now. I don't know what's happening. And it happened. It was two guys robbed the house across the street, like around the corner from me, and they only made it a block. And one of them was in my backyard, sitting on my swing and just smoking a cigarette, like he lived here. And of course, we didn't open any of the doors. Police didn't tell us jack. We didn't know what was happening until they caught him. The other one apparently had a gun, but he ran away. Like, he was smart. This one I think was too high, and he just stopped and sat down. He gave up. But yeah, and then finally my husband comes home, and he was talking to the cop, and he was like, oh yeah. He's like, do you know him? He's like, no, I don't know him. He says he lives here, and I'm like, no. I said, I have two small boys in here. We're petrified because no one's telling me anything. You've got guns drawn. I'm staying away. I was like in the middle of the house because I didn't want to go in the basement because I was afraid somebody would come in the basement. So I locked every door in the house inside, and we stood like near our bathroom where nobody could see us. And he was like, oh no, they robbed a house, and one just didn't feel like running too far. And I was like, wow. This neighborhood is normally quiet, but once a year, something crazy will happen. Last year, someone decided to commit suicide in our back alley, like behind our house, kind of over to the side, but at like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Just took a gun to their head right there. Boom. I was like, why? Why would you do that right there in front of, there's children. There's a lot of children around here that anyone could find you. Years before that, there's 2 suicides on that road. That road is not a good road. I don't know what's happening over there, but the guy took a rifle to himself in front of his house and his wife and child on New Year's. It was horrific. It was my son's friend father did it. I know, this is my neighborhood. Once a year, I'm like, we either get suicides or we get a weird police thing happening. What was the other weird thing? This wasn't in our neighborhood, but it shook our house when it happened. This guy tried to kill himself by blowing up his own house. I think he tried to set the gas thing on fire. I don't know, but he blew the house up. And it shook our house. But once a year. This year, I think we've had our one thing this year, and that was somebody got held up out front. So it might be a time to move. I know, it's crazy around here. Oh, shoot. There it is. I was like, oh, I lost the thing to run. I can't run it. I know. It used to be quiet. It used to be very quiet. It's a weird neighborhood. We're in a single home. There's like 1, 2. On my side of the street, there are 2 single homes. And then there's like, we call them row homes, but they're like 3 houses together. And then on the other side of the street, it's all single homes. So we're in a weird section. And then behind us is all row home. So you're getting a lot of renters, not a lot of people who have bought their house and stay in their homes. So it's a weird mix of people around here. But it used to be super quiet. Like when we moved here, I moved from the city. Talk about, we lived in the city, and that was crazy. But I grew up in the city. So I was a city girl for the longest time, but you couldn't pay me to live there now. Fireworks are bad here too. We don't have to go anywhere for fireworks. It's like the 4th of July every day here. They set off fireworks. I can't get there it goes. I couldn't get my screen back. I guess nobody else is interested in these tonight. I'm going to do a pick 2. Just in case somebody pops in and maybe wants one. If you don't want to choose from the ones up there, we can always go over to the board. I say the board, it's the table. I don't know why I say the board. And there's all different kinds here that everybody is looking for a specific one, or maybe you see one, you're like, I want the space shuttle because I have one right there. Or Let's see. See, there's the mermaid. Once upon a time, that mermaid was $15. Everybody wanted the mermaid. She's sad now. Those are monkeys. This is all the circus set. I have a couple of them up there already. And then here's all the different animals, zebras, giraffes, bush babies. Bet you didn't know you needed a bush baby. Look at that scary thing right there. That one. Leopards, piggy, gorillas, orangutans. Have a great night. Oh, what kind of dogs? I'm going to keep you here forever. I have a dog, so I love dogs, cats, all the things. Catahoula. We have a Australian cattle, so similar. He's a mix. He's a crazy thing. 3 of them. I wish I have my dog, and then we have 4 kitties. It's hard to say 4 kitties now. All right. I'm going to go ahead and, well, I hope you have a great night. It was nice chatting with you. I'm going to try to stop in next Wednesday. I don't see any reason why not. So I'll come in and say hi. I'm going to go ahead and run this little French bean. He's the only French bean I have. Thank you. He's just a tiny little porcelain guy. Little kitty cat in a shoe. So this is not a Wade. This is the only little French bean I have tonight. So I figured I'd let him have his moment. I wish it let me know who was here. It does not. It does not. All right. Next up is the Shetland pony. That's this guy here. This is from a series called Your Pets. And they all will have their little markings on them. See, right there it says Wade. And there's Ing. He does have a little bit of a, that's from the mold. See that? Where it dips up? Actually, that might be a little chippy on the bottom of it. But he's on the bottom, so he's good. All right, next up is a hippo. So these are run separately because these are a little harder to find. They're not as, like, they're not a series piece. Well, they're series, but they're not the one that everybody, is that running? There it goes. This is the little hippo guy. They're not like the nautical, those newer sets. These are older. And he is the smaller hippo. There is one that's a little bit taller. A little taller, a little bigger, wider than this one. And you let me know if you're looking for anything. If you're confused at what you're looking at, let me know. I'm happy to tell you about these and what they are. Next up is the walrus. This is from a Snow Life series. Ooh. There he is. So there's things called crackers over in the UK where they have little crowns inside. You open them up around the holidays. You pop them open, and then they would put these little guys inside, and you could collect them that way. So these were only found in the Tom Smith cracker sets. Actually, I think this one also has a retail one, but it has color at the bottom. This all over color is only in the cracker set. I'm going to actually put this back over here. It's been a tough crowd here. All right, I'm going to move you down a little bit. Sorry about that. This is the Seal on Rock. This is a colorway. And that just means it's the same mold, but they gave it a little bit of color to make them a little different. There's the mark on the back. Wade, England. He's a little seal on a rock. If you're here, say hello. I don't see the chat very well. Like, it's hide you, so I don't know who's here. So if I don't say welcome, I see the number going up. So here is a Langer. This is a colorway Langer. And just to give you just an idea of the difference, there's a regular one in the solid color. And then there's this guy. So they often did that where they would reuse the molds. And you'll get some that have different colors. Three seconds left on this guy. And then we're going to go, I'm going to move this closer. All right. Next up is the gorilla. And he's in this really dark kind of gray, almost black. And show you what he not normally looks like, but the newer one looks like that. Just a solid brown. Any interest at all in these? No one is saying anything. It freaks me out when nobody talks. I need you to chat. But then I just feel like I'm here all by myself. Oops, sorry, I hit it with my face. Okay, this guy is an Animal Land set. He is higher priced because this is a special series. And these are made by Wade and CNS, and it is marked. He's pink because the light kind of blends him out there, but he is pink in like a honey color. This is the bear. And they did a whole bunch of these. There's different ones. There's a panda bear in this set. I think there's a zebra, a leopard maybe. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. But this is not one that you're going to find like the other series. So that's why his price is set there. And then the next one is our apricot. Okay, so this one has 3 different colorways. This one also, This one is also, I'm going to knock it down to 6. This one is also from a cracker set. Normally this would have a lot of color. It's not, you don't find this apricot color a lot in the series. But normally he would have a pink yarn ball there, and he's more of a tan color than the apricot. Then there's another one that's apricot with a dark brown ball. That's the kitty. This is the other kitty I was saying I had. And we just knocked the price down a couple bucks. All right, and then we have, nope. Let me get that out of the way. After that is the Pocket Pal. Pocket Pals, there's a series of these. They're very, very cute, and they're bigger. So these would be a special series. They're not ones that you would have gotten in the Red Rose tea boxes. So you would have had to buy them separately. You can see they're a lot bigger. Still solid porcelain. And they have their little tag right there on their butts in gold. And this is Bounce the Bunny. And they had cats and frogs, hippos, a pig. It's a very cute set. Oh yeah, they got tons of different ones. Like this guy. Look how big he is. Just to give you a comparison. So what the bigger ones usually are from fairs, or they're just special collections that they made, or they did a whole collectors club. They have an International Wade Collectors Club that, like for instance, this one, if you joined it, you had the option of purchasing him, or if you renewed, he was also an option there. I don't know if he's a run next. Let me make. So this is the Alice in Wonderland. And they did do 2 different, actually it might be, I want to say there's 2 sets of Alice in Wonderland. This is the more Disney cartoony one. Although he's not tiny like the one in Disney. Remember the King of Hearts was a little guy? Because I said to my husband, I said, I don't remember the King of Hearts. Why don't I remember him? He's like, he was the little tiny one in the movie. And I was like, in the cartoon. But that's how they have him as this. And he's solid, a big, solid piece of porcelain and quite big. I don't know. Let me see how tall he is. Just now I'm curious. Little under 3.5. So that's pretty big for those. And I believe, I can't remember. I didn't leave up my info when this one, let me see when these were made. I want to say these are probably not super old. No, they are. These came out. These were a limited edition of only 250 were made of each one. It's a huge set, and these came out in 2010. So we have the King of Hearts, Queen of Hearts, which I also have. I didn't run her because I didn't know if he would go today. We have a playing card, Mock Turtle, Jabberwocky, Mad. I don't have all of these, but this is what's in the set. Mad Hatter, White Rabbit, Alice, and then the Cheshire Cat. So it's a big series that they did for renewals but I don't have her listed. But as always, if anybody wanted her, I could put her in, but I'll show you the Queen. She looks a lot like right from the Disney one. So there's the Queen. And she would be the same price as the King if anybody wants her. And there's their markings right there. I did have, what did I have? I had, I think one other, I had the Cheshire Cat and the Mad Hatter, and those are the first to go, which is about right. All right. What have I not run? Oh, I didn't run the Fox. Let me get the Fox. He's also a bit pricier because he is one that you don't see a lot. He was made specially for a celebration of Wade's 50th. I believe he was I want to say these are 2004. So, and this is the Fox from that set. These are completely new molds. What they did, they would reuse all of their old molds, and rarely did they make new ones. So he's a new mold. He's a little goofy looking. Look, he's like smiling. All right, I think I have run everything that is listed by themselves. So you guys let me know if there's anything you want to see. I'm going to just do your choice for just the one. And I'm going to show you what's on the table. Those back there are all endangered. It's called North American Endangered Series. Then we have Noah's Ark. I have a couple on the shelves. That's the calendar series with the infamous tree. In other places, I can't keep that tree. So I can tell nobody really knows Wade's over here. Pet Shop friend. Oh, that's American Heritage. That's Pet Shop. Nautical. She's another reason I know, because the mermaid would never be sitting there. Mermaids always go first. I used to sell her for about $15 back in the day, which was like a year and a half ago, 2 years, 3 years? No, 2.5 years. Circus and animals. So if anybody sees any that they would like, there's a little piggy in the front. Let me know. We can do bundles. We don't have to do a pick one. You can do as many as you'd like. The more you buy, the more I discount. And there's also some planters in the bin that I added in, because I'm still trying to figure this place out over here. It's a lot different for me to run everything on a phone. I usually use a computer. I'm an old lady. I usually just like running, putting everything up through the computer, but today it was giving me a hassle. It wouldn't let me do it. Wouldn't let me do it at all. Didn't I just add you, CG? I think I just added you on another site, didn't I? Let me go to your profile. I'm going to add you here. Oh, I've already followed you here. All right. I wanted to make sure I was following everybody who followed me. All right, guys. It doesn't seem like anybody's interested in these, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. I appreciate Casper for your purchases. As always, you know, I'll get those in the mail tomorrow, and you'll have them in no time. If anybody is interested in seeing anything for last call here, let me know. We still have a ton available on the tables. We didn't sell a lot today. So if you would like to see any of these, let me know right now, and I'll run those for you or show you. But it's been very, very quiet. Very, very quiet. I'm not used to the quiet. So one last time, let me run this, and then we're going to call it a night. When they say, I don't like that saying, when they say you're beating a dead dog or something. Isn't that a bad saying? I don't like that saying. 15 seconds. I'm just pointing you in a direction. So if you do want something that you saw, let me know. Hey, Kathy, are you getting knocked out? All right, time to go. Everybody's too quiet. Nobody likes the Wades. I'm sorry. I will be doing different vintage variety shows eventually once I figure this site out. So stay tuned for that. There are some planters in the Buy It Now if you're interested in vintage planters. You can look over there or in the shop. You should be able to grab those if you would like. Again, I'm still learning how to put stuff up here. So hopefully it'll pick up for us. And you'll like what I bring to the table, so to speak. All right, nope. All right, good night, guys. I'm not sure if I'll be on next week, but hopefully we'll see you soon.